Hi, welcome to my tube. My name is Margie. I'm a Hilka empath, and I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. I got a few copyrights a few years ago, and I'm like, you bastards, I'm not gonna quit eavesdropping on me. Quit listening to what stuff in my background, and then penalizing me for that. I pay for all my stuff, and then they sons of bitches, the cat's up. Who's gonna want the window open? And air quality is shit. I gotta say, it's just crap in Salem, man. It's just a freaking. It's heartbreaking. All right, cat. I'll let you see for yourself. You got about 300 seconds. Make it worth your while, buddy. Make it worth your while. Make it last and count. CAT. Because, God, it's just this shit. Dude, the whole town's gone. Entire towns. So, I thought I would jump on and set some intention. I always heard stories, People just always say stuff. Sometimes I'll pick it up. Yeah, okay. I believe that to be true. That makes sense to me. I'll take it on my truth bucket. Most of the time, stuff is people have presented to me in my life. I'm like, nah, I ain't putting that in my truth bucket. That's a bunch of shit. I'm one of those people that have trouble with authority. That's why I could only stand to do 6 years in the Air Force, because I got tired of freaking fat men telling me I needed to go to the gym and work out. But it was to my favor, and I'm in still pretty good shape, and I'm a 46-year-old lady. Although I am an inch and a half, 3/4 shorter than I was 2 years ago because of my back injury or my spinal compression. Because I have short man's complex. Short man's complex, and I used to work real hard. They always put me in the truck, flight line support. I always like fixing stuff, but they always put me in the truck. But I'm a pretty good driver now because of it. You spend hours and hours and hundreds of hours in a truck backing up, hauling equipment with, single axle and double too. Anyway. But what was I talking about? So anyway, when I was a little kid, the prayers would start with whenever two or more are gathered. Mom used to always start prayers with whenever two or more are gathered in Jesus' name, And then later, when I became familiar with different groups, less God-oriented, but still collective conscious-oriented, I had some mutual friends with Bill W., and they would talk about, okay, I'm Too Sexy is not the appropriate song right now. I don't know if You Dropped a Bomb on Me is either, but I might just start dancing. And then later it was, the concept was when two are gathered, it just takes two, it just takes two. It takes two like-minded individuals, two same freak tribe, just two people to share their ideas with one another in a positive way, and then just that, if it was a pass-it-on effect, we could change the world that way. It's hard to do, man. It's hard to do. It's just stuff is happening. It's just scary, and I think is really interesting because I watched Reading, my hometown, go through this a few years ago. But that's the thing is all this stuff is happening, so we all get to experience. I've seen tornadoes. I have seen storms, unbelievable storms. I've seen the effects of fires, but I believe that I've ever been to one that is so close myself personally. It's about 12. It's hard to tell because tech is so freaking fallible, man, and they didn't. It's just shit. It's just shit. It's just shit. It's just alarms and alerts, and I've if I didn't know so much about it, it wouldn't frustrate me so much. Anyway, I'm getting off point, and I want to focus here, because hopefully there's at least 1-2 people in the chat, and so we need to really set our intentions high for those that are hurting right now, and just regardless of how it seems out there, is that wherever we are within, that we are at peace, and that we can be peace in this world, because there is so much chaos everywhere, man. Chaos you see the smoke in my room. Yeah, cat. I'm gonna close that more. Has it been 300 seconds? I lost count. Did you count to 300? I didn't do it. Please come down. You are far more sensitive to me. Yep, you can be mad at me. Yep, I'll take it. I'll take it, buddy. I'll take it. Air quality shit. I hope nobody saw my underwear. That'd be embarrassing. This is the season to show your ass, but I didn't really mean to do it in a literal way. I apologize if there's anything squishing out. Then on top of everything else, I think my damn period's starting. Stupid Aunt Flo. I curse her. It's like so weird that like mom got mutilated. You know, she got her uterus cut in half when I was born. They took me and one of her ovaries out. She's already in bed. God bless her, man. I'm trying not to worry for her. She like got sick tonight. And we're the house is pretty secure. It's just like I have my bedroom door and it's a little smoky in here right now, but I'll have a fan on and it'll clear out and stuff. But goddamn, man, I need to freaking just get her. We just have been praying all day. It's been a praying day on the 45th parallel, praying, just imagining. I listened to Paul Butler this morning, and I love his beautiful voice. He's got a very serene voice. I've been listening to Keegan, and thank goodness for Keegan, and don't drink the Kool-Aid. Everyone that puts content out, thank you, because some of us are watching diligently just for solace, just to focus on something else than what's outside. Because we're not in danger. I mean, yeah, the freaking air sucks and stuff like that. But there are already people that have just already lost everything, and so it's just trying to rise, just not be stuck in that sad. Because I'm an empath, see, so I can feel those feelings with them, and I gotta keep my vibe high. In the good for them too. So I was doing rain dances this afternoon. I mean, I was just whatever I can do, man. Because we're all powerless when stuff like this happens. Everybody is just powerless, and the closer you get to it, in paradise had to evacuate. They just had to go through this a couple years ago. You know, towns lost, people lost, too much lost, and then people are just flying around the country talking about getting some stupid fucking sticker. They voted and shit. You know, like, there's bigger fish to fry right now. No pun intended. Shit. You know what I mean? I mean, there's like, are we getting back to people matter more? Is that happening yet? Or people matter more? Or is it still money? Is it still money? Is it still money? Because that's why this stuff is all happening. He just tried to jump in the freaking window. Yep. Alright. We'll open it up again. Okay. Alright. I will. Not mind me done. Come on. You okay? You alright? We don't need no broken cats, man. There ain't no vet to take you to right now. Come on. It's cool. You got it. Oh my goodness. Is there a feedback? My stupid speaker was on. Oh, I'm sorry, Tuck. His little legs. His little, God bless his little wonky legs. Oh, what? It's cool. How you doing? What's up with you? What's going on where you at? Enough about me. Oh, don't you worry about me. Oh, I did show my ass. Two or more, yay. Q says it's money. Yeah, is it? Great, because, I don't know. It's always been in my neck of the woods. It's always been people. It's always been people to me. You know, I was always one of those suckers that, you know, it ain't going to be fun for me to enjoy what I got if everybody around me, if nobody around me has got anything too. I'm one of those oversharers, obviously oversharers. One thing I look forward to also is there's I like to listen to Jesse's stories on Thursday nights, and she's coming up here in about 20 minutes because she has seen way more darkness than me, and she has got such a bright light. She's a beacon. She's a beacon. She is definitely a beacon of light. Yes, she is definitely. And she'll you know, so I'll be just kicking back, probably listening to her stories of, because through the darkness, that's when you know, and you can still, you know, come through with your God, Jesus, higher power, source, whatever you want to call it. You know, just not on this channel. It's no Satan here. There's no Lucifer. There's none of that. You know, none of that is here, because that, I ain't into that. And I just like to say that every now and again, in case, you know, there people get some unclear ideas about me, because I have been accused of channeling dark spirits, and that might be, you know, I don't allow that. I rebuke all that sort of things here. So, you know, say what you want, think what you want. I'm here to say what is true to me, based on my frame of reference, and what is what are lies. It was funny. Fred Jean wrote a comment earlier. Said, "I so wish I could hug you. I wish I could hug you too. You should write a book about your life, My Little Margie." And it's funny because there's a TV show back in the 50s called My Little Margie. And then, like, I Married Joan, I used to watch those, you know, kind of shows. Late night, because I always had stomach aches. I was always stressed, so I'd get up in the middle of the night, and there's Turner Classic Movies and all that stuff. And I hate writing. I hate writing. That's why I do video. I hate writing. Like, it's the grammar police, because it was like, I remember it was a nightmare for me, like, where to put grammar and put commas, and because I could write out a whole sentence of thought with very little punctuation, and they would just be like, what is she saying? Because I put so much detail into one sentence that it's too, and they're just like, and so I've been edited my whole life. And and then, like, when I got into college, I was like in my 30s when I started, 26, I was 28 when I started college, when I was in the Air Force, because I had to do first 2 years upgrade training, and then I could go to college, because my career field was so extensive. And so when I got there, it was like, my tech school was like my dorm days when I went to Air Force, and I partied like that, like I did in college. I did all the stuff that people do in life. I just did it in weird kind of order, backwards kind of order. Then when I did get to the Air Force, that's when I got sober and stuff, because I got in trouble. But and when I went to college, then it was like, I'm like, what the fuck is this APA shit? And then the more you advance, and then it's like you jump from this college to this college, and then you got to use a whole different format, the ML. I'm like, you know what? You motherfuckers keep fucking... I gotta keep paying more money for you people just to change the rules all the time. And not everybody goes by the, you know, so it's just, it's so freaking such a society suck. All of these, you know, college, you know. That's why I would teach people what I know about. You come visit me, because I ain't putting this stuff on freaking YouTube. The stuff I teach you, I ain't putting it on here. No, you come visit me. I'll teach you all the tricks of the trade, all the ins and outs. I'm not a hacker. I won't teach you how to get other people's stuff. There's bad karma tied to that. But I'll teach you how to freaking, you know, keep your own stuff secure. Yeah. Yeah. You know, and teach you how not to get critters on your machine, malicious software. And if you get it, I'll teach you how to clean it up, you know, so you don't got to take it to freaking Best Buy where they charge you $500 to run a disk cleaning scan, some bullshit like that, you know. Same Freak Squad. I was off the cuff. Off the cuff. So I hated all the grammar. So I'll write a book. Maybe I'll dictate a book. Somebody else can write it. I don't even think I'd read a book if I wrote a book and it got published. I don't even think I'd read it. Because I'd read it and I'd be like, no, I'm too picky about stuff like that. That's why I need help. Because I get lost in the details for days. Sometimes I need people to help me go, okay, Marge, that's enough. You gotta stop. Because I'm like, we do this and this and this and this. That's why I get frustrated. Because I'm like, what? If only all these other people could think in the same ways that... Oh. But anyway. I don't see the dark around you. That's on them. I always figured. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think that too. I think it took me I never understood that. You spot it, you got it. What you see in other people, you don't like. And I'm like, what the freaking kind of bullshit is that? They're just an asshole. That don't make no sense. It's just stupid. And then one day, something clicked. And I'll be damned. Oh my goodness. Every freaking thing I complain about every other human being are the character defects in which I do not like about myself. Holy hell. It's hard to be the asshole when you're always the asshole. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh. Life is so freaking... It can be so good and so scary at the same time. But I always... I've been doing this 4 years. I've been shut up. But it hasn't been like this where I can't go outside. That's kind of hard to handle. That's been kind of triggering to me. However, I can just get in the same mindset of when I was in Alaska. And I did that because I didn't like that either. Because it was like 4 hours a evening. Because both times I went, and it was winter, and it was freaking like, no, I don't do cool in like negative 25, 35 and shit. I know, but that ain't cool, man. Nobody should freaking. I still smoked. I remember going outside to have a cigarette. I took like 2 drags. I'm like, I think I just quit. F this, man. This is freaking stupid. Why would you guys stand? Like, my hair froze and shit. That's when I learned I learned that in Nebraska. You don't wash your hair go with air because it can freaking break off. The things that, living from, you just gotta adapt. You just gotta adapt. And I learned to adapt. Alaska was kind of funny. I was thinking about my Alaska trip because I was sober, right? I was up with a bunch of dudes, so of course they want to go to the frickin' juice bars. That's where the naked girls go, It's where the naked. So I went along. I'm like, whatever. I'll play pool, whatever, And I remember, at this one place we went to is a juice bar, and fucking dead ass winter. Fairbanks, Alaska. I start talking to the bartender because I'm in recovery, and they throw down, and I'm like, no, just soda, I don't drink, I just went to, an AA meeting, and then they throw down a book of matches, and it had a friend of Bill W on it, and we get to talking, and because once you get in that circuit, the speakers and stuff, it's just like any other circuit speaker type thing. It's just a different club. It's just a different reindeer game. And so they're like, yeah, Peg M from Bellevue, Nebraska was my grand sponsor for years, and got to go on retreats and stuff, spiritual retreats, and where they just drill in your head how to stay the right size and watch out for that ego, and where we go, when we go, we're all connected. What up, homie? So, hi Carl, glad you're here. So, I got all kinds of rad, because the important people go to important places. So you got to the Joy Hollins Conference Center out in frickin' Ashland, frickin' Nebraska, and I got all the frickin' stellar, wonderful frickin' fall photos with the rolls of hay, and I'm like, man, my life used to be huge, and I moved to Oregon, and frickin' I got plucked out of the third dimension. Mom keeps saying that. She's like, wow, it's like we're in a different dimension. And then I keep repeating myself because I keep telling people that Mom keeps repeating herself. So who's the repeater? You know, I gotta be careful of not asking her all, are you okay? Are you okay? And she's like, yeah, I'm fine. You know, I'm fine. You know, but then she's got throw up sick. But I think that might be a little nerves too. And I might have gave her a little extra vanilla ice cream, and she's a little sensitive. So I hope folks are doing pretty good where they are. It's almost time for Jessie's Boda. I think that's how they pronounce her name. Did it already? No, that's the old one you got pulled. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. You pull out. I like that last video that you put out. Watch quickly. They usually go bye-bye. That one was a good video. You guys go watch that because it'll go bye-bye. It's good. Oh my gosh. And Keejin, thank you for the distractions today. It would be so fun to hang out with Keejin and her family and her kids. Oh my gosh. And I would freaking cook. It's almost chilly weather. Well, it's not. It's really not almost chilly weather. But here is a blessing. Here was a blessing. It was supposed to be 92 today. It was supposed to be 95 yesterday and like 96 today. And then yesterday the temperature never got above, I don't think, 80, 78, something like that. So that was cool. And then as of when I went to bed last night, it was still supposed to be 92 today. And it never got, it was eerie. It was like 60, at one point it was said it was 67. Thank goodness. Thank goodness, you know. These positive intentions are working. So when people are laying down, you know, and you're thinking about your day and stuff like that, think about our earth where it cools and the fires extinguish themselves. Set your intentions and all of your positive energy that way, of a cooling, of a soothing. Because see, we're in Mars's and Aries right now, and so it's just fury. It's fury within us, and then we are stationed on specific parts of the grid of the electronic, you know, magnetic field. And when more are gathered, you know, and people are just percolating with fear, then, you know, that fear is going to spread like wildfire, just like wildfire. And so if we just set our intentions high and positive and just keep looking at the earth in a way, you know, that we can rebuild for everybody, communal living, community living, communal living, communal living, smart homes, tiny houses, off in the woods. Let us just have our little properties and just go off into the woods and grow plants, and then we'll bring them down to the cities and share with what we got with everyone else. Okay? All right? Don't make everybody live on the same earth no more. It's too hard and it's too toxic, and we're supposed to be Earth's custodians. You know, and I dropped the ball. I can't fail anymore at dropping the ball. So I can't not speak out and not speak out against the marauders and the what does Paul Butler call them? The nefarious. I love that word. The nefarious. The nefarious. So I was trying to find the name, because I can never remember the name of David Zabork. It's like, I don't know, I can't, it doesn't stick in my head. So I'll be over there in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I'm going to go check on Mom, so I'm going to get off here. I thank you for coming in and spending, I was on 3 times today. That's how I'm trying to not be squirrely. You know, I did a pretty good job today, and all we got is just, so, you know, most days it's one day at a time, but when it's under situations like this, it's when it's sometimes it's 1 minute, hour, second. It depends on the emotion, you know. I got to meditate for a good solid 55 minutes today, good almost solid hour, so that was good. And you know, we're safe for now. All we got is the second that we're in, and I'm not gonna, you know, I worry about things as come because I'm getting too nervous. I'm getting too. That's why I'm trying to make friends, you know, and have a community. So because this stuff is easier to deal with the more the merrier, you know. And then, you know, have people to hang out with and make tea, drink tea, talk, and, you know, talk about what worries you and what you're scared about and things like that, and talk through it with people. And that's what we're supposed to do. And no more shoving it away, and no more, you know, no more negating feelings and emotions and stuff like that. And if people want to cry about stuff, they're going to cry about stuff. And it don't matter if you're the freaking, you know, biggest, baddest man, woman. It don't matter, you know. And it don't matter if you're the little tiniest little geeky ass nerd. If you want to freaking bust out with some freaking tantrums and shit, as long as you don't hurt nobody and destroy no property, have at it. I stomp my feet all the time. Dance it out, y'all. Hope you have a rad evening. Peace.